Hakua. Yeah. Welcome
me.
to football here. Saturday
Welcome.
edition. I know that we were supposed to have baseball before this, but our dude Taylor, he had some family things.
Oh, you didn't record baseball. You could have told me. We could have did this a lot earlier.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I'm like, no, you know what? Let's, I figured you're watching football. You're kind of just vibing, so.
I don't really get into college. I mean, I'll glance at the game, and I got a newfound interest in Colorado because I want to see Dion's team. So the only two teams I'm following in college or that I even pay attention to is Pitt, and Colorado. I'll glance at those games, score watch those games, but I'm not watching like an NFL game, like hanging on every moment or anything like that. But
full disclosure, also, I started playing MLB, and I'm like, yeah, fuck Jermaine. Let me
he started getting into So if any Saturdays that he end up canceling,
you want to go early?
I'm probably not gonna go no earlier than 7, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, either kind.
Because I gotta do. Oh yeah, you gotta work. I forgot. Yeah. So yeah, hit me up. Yeah, so we can get this out the way early. If you're not gonna do that, because Saturdays is my errand days. I do my laundry. Go get some food from the grocery store, and then once I got all that set and everything on, I'm not moving. Then I just sit around and just wait until it's time to record. So yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough then. All right. No, good to know. I just didn't want to like infringe on your day or anything. I was like, that's fine. But all right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we couldn't record. That is going to be pushed back to Monday to the regular kind of time slot. So might run a little bit later. So folks that kind of pay attention to that will be happy. Well, actually, no, it won't run. What's the Monday night game? Hold on.
Monday night game is the Eagles and the Falcons.
Oh God, yeah, that's not going to run long. That is going to end at 8:07. All right,
because you got skin in the game.
I got skins in the games. Now, I wish I had something to do next Thursday because I really don't want to subject myself to that thing. But
I'm like, man, anyway. I thought Thursday night football, they was getting it going. I was like, oh, they some good ones. And then they go right back to those same shitty games. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I do not get that one. Like someone owed somebody a favor at that point.
That game is like watching paint dry or something, because that is horrid. Yeah. We'll get into it. But yeah, I got my Steeler background, got my Steeler color.
Look at you. I got a demon nun and an on-air thing. You got a terrible towel. I feel like we're getting there. Yeah.
I mean, I said I got to change my background. I got to do something besides a blank wall in the back.
You wearing,
I watch.
You wearing the Ryan Clark hotline right now.
Ryan Clark, yeah. This is the only away Steeler jersey I got. I got like at least 7 or 8 home jerseys, but the only away one I have is this Ryan Clark. And trust me, every time I wear it out anywhere, random strangers come up to me and always applaud me for how great the jersey is. It's like, Ryan Clark. They're like, oh,
dude, it's a clean jersey. Like the away jerseys are clean. They just are. Yeah. I don't like the home jerseys. They're just very like generic. Now I say that, and I'm wearing like the most generic. I don't know. Let me.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, there you go. You got a Dion. That ain't generic.
No, but it's it looks like a college jersey. Like it's just very, very, very like there's nothing to it. It's the old Niners jersey, and but
this jersey, I'm telling you, I can go. I don't think I've ever wore this jersey out and haven't got a compliment on it, because people, that tells me how much respect and admiration they have for Ryan Clark and a Steeler. Me too. Me too.
Like I feel we feel about Ryan Clark that like Philly feels about Dawkins. I feel like that's a good call. Like same kind of player. I mean, Dawkins had better hands, but they were both like, don't come across that middle.
Yeah,
you have to make a business decision to come across the middle there.
Yeah, and you figure I mean, and you think about the teams that we had back in. I mean, he was paired up in the back with Troy. I mean, no wonder we won a Super Bowl. We should have won more Super Bowls. You know what I mean? With that type of
because Troy was the center fielder, like Ryan had the opportunity to just be a floater, like just do what he wanted, like because he knew
compare him to like a goon or a defenseman in hockey, where he's not really worried about too much, but putting you to pain.
Troy was like Willie Mays out there, man. Like he was playing left, right, and center field. He's like, dude, it don't matter what happens, I got you. And then Troy, in his own right, was, I will hurt you. I will hurt you from Hawaii.
Troy was like, I'll hurt you, and if you even think you can throw away a pass, I might one hand intercept that pass. Like you got to be. Not only do you got to be worried about his pain, the pain that he can inflict, you got to be worried about how aware he is on the field. Where it's like, Troy he's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
He may be the best safety of all time.
My opinion, a lot of course the Ravens fans is gonna always argue and say Ed Reed, but I think he got Ed Reed beat by a mile, in my opinion.
I mean,
everywhere.
It's close, but I
just don't recall Ed Reed really coming down to the line of scrimmage and hopping over the top of the line and making tackles and all of that. Ed Reed was just sitting back there and he got his picks and he was a great center fielder, but Troy was on the line.
Also, why is Ed Reed looking? He's about 74.
I know, it's the gray hair. Some people, you got to dye that thing in, man. I mean, like, go just dye it, because he looks old.
Looks like the old head that just hangs out by the bodega outside, just talking, just calling everyone a young boy. Like that's what Ed Reed looks like. Everyone that's not born before 1954 is a young bull to Ed Reed at this point. All right, so. We're not going to jump into next Thursday's game because I really don't want to do that. We'll worry about that on Monday. We had a game on Thursday, and I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
Yes.
That, I don't know, somebody got hurt. I don't know.
You might have something to do with the name of the episode, everybody.
Maybe the hot tool on that career has something to do with who got hurt. Not a joke, not silly. Let's do real deal with Holyfield here. Dude needs to retire. He needs to hang it up.
And the broadcaster, they never rewinded it, but if you were watching it live and you saw it, he had another one of those moments where his hands,
absolutely,
when he did that, and it's like they never replayed it. But I saw it live in real time. Like he was down, and then all of a sudden he did the hands again. I'm like, whoa, that's when it really is scary.
He is a sneeze away from being a piece of broccoli. Like, he's a sneeze a day from like being like Antonio Brown, batshit crazy, like CTE.
Antonio is batshit. Antonio is vampire batshit crazy. So
and it sucks because he seems like a good kid. He just can't get a break. Like in this, and it's funny because I was listening to another kind of podcast, the Fantasy Footballers, and they were talking, and these are like God-fearing, really nice guys, 3 really nice guys. And one of the hosts, Andy Holloway, he was pissed. He was pissed because he saw so many people, talking bad about this whole thing, saying he shouldn't have led with this helmet. He shouldn't have done that. And it's like, it's not about that. It's about this dude's life at this point.
And not to make any concussion worse than the others, but it just seems like he goes through them like, dude, he goes through them a different way than I've ever seen anybody go through one. It's like, okay, you might see it on live TV and you say, okay, that's the hit right there, but you don't really see the toll it takes on their body.
No,
that happens behind closed doors. His happens on the field, and you can see like the first time with the hands, I was just like, ooh, I was like, That was like scary. I was devastated.
I sent that to Pep. I'm like, what does this mean, baby? I don't know what this means. Explain to me. He's like, oh yeah, that's a. So what happened was he got fucked up. I'm like, yes, all right, indeed. But he like lost consciousness and he like did like a rigor mortis kind of thing. But I just.
He just make you think he gonna die right there on the field the way he be. I mean, like, because his first concussion, I remember he had a concussion, and then they didn't even know he had it, so he got back up and tried to like walk and fell down. That looked terrible. Then the second time with the hands, and he looked at like almost like he was in a frozen retarded state. That's scary. And then this last one,
what the fuck is your analogy?
I didn't mean to say it. Like, I'm just saying he was like frozen, and then this last one, he did the same thing with the hands, and that's like, I guess that DeMar Hamlin one was where he almost got on the field, but Tua, he looks like every time he has one, he looks like he's 1 second from death.
Like that's
isn't that crazy? Yeah, and people was trying to blame him out in that conversation, talking about, well, Tua led with his head onto his pad, but Hamlin didn't do nothing. He just was standing there. Like, so you can't blame him. Like, he took the brunt of the hit.
But Jewish concussions are like the equivalent of the white guy that goes to the bar with the other white guys, and all the other white guys are taking shots of vodka. And he's like, I'm gonna get 151. That's what Tua's concussions are. He like goes too hard. It's too extreme. It's too much. He is just. He needs to get out or he is going to literally die. Like, that's what's going to happen. He's going to die or he is just going to be an absolute... He's going to... Like, I hate to say it like this, but he's going to end up kind of talking like Muhammad Ali. Like, you don't want to see that.
Punch drunk. Yeah, that's what Muhammad Ali's thinking.
Not on Ali. Like, Ali's the GOAT, but he had, Parkinson's and all that. But when you heard him speak, it was very like, oh God, man. Like, it was sad. And that sucks. And I get it, but it's not about football. It's not about money. It's not about salary. Fuck the team. And it's funny.
Yeah, that's what Stephen A. Smith, I know he got on ESPN, and his thing was, he said that a lot of people think he should retire, and I agree as well. But Stephen A. said because he's committed to this $200 million contract, he feels like he's going to come back because he feels he's obligated to fulfill that $200 million contract. And I'm like, I don't know.
Stephen A is a goofball sometimes. Like, I like him, but also I'm sometimes like,
oh yeah, Stephen A is controversial. I mean, he's a lightning rod. He makes his living off being a lightning rod. I mean, he's full of controversy.
He's a black Skip. That's what he is. He's black Skip with a lot
Skip
more,
Bayless
with a lot more of
yelling and screaming and hollering and mannerisms.
He has more appeal. Skip was just a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it would be an like, I like the Mike McDaniel 2-minute interview clip. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I caught Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel was just like stop asking me the timeline. Stop, worry about him as a person. He has to quarterback his family. Yeah, Mike McDaniel said all the right things. Yeah, and that's how you should go about it.
And it's crazy because Mike McDaniel looks like he's literally a coke mule. So it was funny hearing like super insightful things from him because I'm like, dude,
I seen a picture on Instagram where they showed Mike McDaniel when he first got to the Dolphins and he looked all clean. And then they said in 2 years, Mike McDaniel has turned from clean coach to the cocaine kingpin of Miami. And they showed another picture of him. He really looked like it. It was like, dang, he transformed in 2 years.
Really did. But I think it was really pertinent things that were said. I really hope to God this kid just hangs it up. I mean, uber talented, yes, but dude, you gotta see the forest for the trees. You got plenty of money to take care of yourself. That contract will be nullified somehow, some way. you'll probably get some kind of benefits from it, some kind of residual.
Well, he got something just for signing the signing bonus. I mean, that could set you. That set it. This should have set him up for life. Period. You know,
he doesn't seem like an idiot that would just kind of blow his money on like I just bought my 9th PS5. It's like, why?
I ain't never seen him in no interview with no chain down to here and all that crazy flashy stuff. I mean,
he's Samoan, right? Like that's his nationality, right? He's Samoan.
Some type of Hawaiian. I don't know.
Like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah, like something in the Palomalus and stuff like that. Yeah, of some type of Hawaiian or Polynesian or Samoan descent. Yeah.
From what I know of those people, they are very family oriented. They're not materialistic people. So he already has everything in the bank. He's like, dude, I've spent $14 of this contract, and now I'm starting like twice. So
and if he want to live through football, I mean, he could. His brother is in college, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna get drafted at some point. So just live through your brother and just. That. You ain't never heard well, you don't watch college. I don't watch college either, but I've definitely heard the name flown around. His name is Tua. I think his brother is.
I also don't watch ESPN. Because I can't stand most people on there.
I think his brother's like Tonga or something, but his brother it's the same last name. Tonga Valoa or whatever. Yeah. He got a brother in college.
Interesting. But yeah, I don't think anybody can really, and I know we're saying don't play anymore. But I think honestly for Tua's health, for his family, you really got to take, at bare minimum, take the year off. Just be done for the year. Be done for the year. Really evaluate what you want to do, because you're going to be cleared. You're going to be fine to play until you get hit again. Because
this is the fork in the road of his career. I mean, it's like, do I keep going down that path or do I make a turn here? I mean,
I don't think that path is real long, man. I think that's one of my favorite sayings is taking a long walk over a short pier. I mean, and the most interesting part about him is after he gets hurt, he still goes hard. He still goes. And I don't know if that's like a good or bad thing. I mean, clearly it's bad for his health, but I think the heart and the spirit of the guy is admirable. But I think it's very interesting the people that are saying, no, he needs to play. He needs to finish out his contract. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I mean, everyone, I'm all for, let him take care of himself, let him make his decision. But at the same time, I am a person that life must go on. I mean, I'm not going to put everything on hold. From my fantasy standpoint, I have to, I'm not going to sit there and just marvel and look at him in my lineup. I mean, I have to do something about it. So we do have to move on. But at the same time, you don't have to, I'm not trying to rush him back. I don't care about, let him make his full decision. Nobody should be in his ear to rush. But as Miami, if I was a Miami Dolphins fan, or if I have him as a player, I do have to make a contingency plan.
To immediately turn that page from a business standpoint. You got to put your emotions aside and realize, all right, well, we have next week, and we cannot have Sky Thompson being our quarterback.
We can't. The Miami Dolphins can't sit there and just go into the stadium, just keep thinking about Tua. They got to move on. They have to develop a plan to win as the Miami Dolphins. They have to. And for those of you out there, we know it's a fantasy-based show, and I am one of the people in this league.
Move on there. We're gonna drop the two. I just wanted to really kind of get your dialogue about that. See what your feelings were, and I already knew where they're at. I mean, we're literally the same person. We're on the same wavelength there. But you being a manager, I feel like that hits you even harder. And it's funny. It really did. Because, and I didn't do this to spite you, but
I definitely think you did. You did. No, I don't care. It's okay.
No, I didn't. Here's why.
For those of you that don't know, this dude has two solid.
I'll tell him.
All right.
So, waivers ran, and I didn't really want to run. I didn't really want to use a claim, but I looked and saw my bye weeks. My bye weeks for my quarterbacks are 5 and 6, and I currently have, who the hell do I have? I have Jalen and I have Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Now, on waivers, like the only quarterbacks who are left, because I picked up Taysom Hill and I never played him. I dropped him.
Yeah.
Because I thought about this and I'm like, I really should kind of protect my neck here a little bit. And I looked at the waiver wire and Deshaun Watson, Bo Nix.
The rapist.
Yeah. Bryce Young, and I think Brisket
like
Sandwich.
Jacoby Brissett or something. Yeah.
And I looked and saw what Watson's, what he looks like for the weeks that I would need him. And this is, so to blow the load here, I picked up Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Picked up Deshaun Watson. And the reason why is for week 5 and 6, it's Washington and Philly. So Washington is an absolute porous defense, and Philly isn't really killing it either. So
it's a defense, no.
So to give you perspective here, and Will Levis was on there too, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's still there.
He has a bye week during one of the weeks. Whoops. Bo Nix had.
Bo Nix is there.
Chargers. Didn't want any of that. Bryce Young, Christ. Chicago and Atlanta. So, it's maybe one of those matchups are okay, but with Watson, both of those matchups are okay. And I definitely did put in the show notes. I may have. What did I put here? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah.
Well, not having to, my first thought immediately went to, okay, here I am. Everybody has 2 or 3 quarterbacks on their roster, and until somebody gets released, the pickings that I have left to start every week is these options you just gave, and the only one was Deshaun Watson. Yeah. And I said, Deshaun Watson isn't that great of a pickup, but I'm saying I don't have a choice. That's the only person that's left. So I'm saying to myself, okay, he's comes off waivers on Saturday. Yeah. Yep. And I said to myself, I'll pick him up, but I wasn't going to claim a waiver spot. I was just like, I'm just going to pick him up. And then when I went to go pick him up, I was like, you wavered for him? I'm like, not only did you grab him, you actually burned your waiver on it. So I was like, dang, either you really needed him or you really wanted. He threw me over a barrel, everybody. He wanted to fuck me that hard.
So here's the description of the show. Tua has to retire. I probably screw over Jermaine in waivers. That's literally in the description of the show. So I did not want to burn. Now, mind you, I did this at like 10 o'clock last night. 10 o'clock. I
wasn't going to burn the waiver.
I did not want to, but I also knew that you were going to pick them up.
Oh, I definitely was. Definitely was, because I don't have a choice. I don't want no Jacoby Brissett. I don't want no Bo Nix. I dropped Will Levis for a reason. But I gotta find one of them and roll with them. I really do. I don't have a choice. Yeah,
and I would like to say I'm sorry, but I'm absolutely not.
I know you're not.
No, not at all. Because
you're not.
I needed something for those 2 bye weeks, and the matchups were too juicy. I'm like, I'm not gonna play the game of wait and see. I'm picking up Watson, and I'm glad it hurt you. I'm so happy about it.
I think I got to go right back to Will Levis. I don't have no options.
This makes my heart smile. So you know.
And the other quarterback is Joe Burrow, who's made of glass. So that's my fault for drafting 2 injury-prone quarterbacks. I didn't think Tua was going to go down for the year, though. But here we go.
I don't look, man. Like, all joking aside, I do not blame you. 2 very good picks. You didn't burn them too quick. You didn't. You got other draft capital in there. You picked them up when you had to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't knowing that you have Ty Hill on the field and knowing that any pass that goes to him can go 80 very easily, you are silly to not pick him up.
Yeah.
So
I was really looking at Skylar Thompson like, please come in here and look decent. He did not. So I'm like, so how are they going to do that? It's like he got Tyler, he got Hill, and he's they're looking to bring in a vet.
They're looking at Tannehill.
Okay.
They're probably going to run with Sky this week.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, no. They got 10 days. Well, not 10 days now, but they got
10 days. Yeah.
So, it.
Yeah, and they were saying somebody said something about Pickett. I was like, what? Why would you trade for that clown? I was like, what? Why would you do that? I would go with Skylar Thompson before I went with Kenny Pickett. Come on.
Now, the interesting thing, and I saw a lot of people complaining about this here too, because HN was still pounding the rock late.
He was.
Now, apparently, Jeff Wilson went out with an injury. He has an oblique, but still, they had the rookie kid.
The Hill. No, what was his name? Jalen something.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but he looked okay. But yeah, they kept powering it to HN. I was like, what are y'all doing?
And especially coming in with an injury designation, kind of being a game time decision. Now, that being said, I'm an HN manager in both leagues, so I'm like, yay. But I'm also like, because every time he got tackled, because I swear to God, I felt like every Bill was just doing the alligator roll tackle on his ankles. Like, stop it. Like there was
sort of like that hip drop tackle, and you expected him to get up grabbing something every time, huh? Like, oh, please no.
Well, there was the one where he got up and he like looked at the sidelines. He was like, huh. I'm like, I don't want you to do hand signals, man, like that. The fact that you're doing that makes me think that the tackle was scary, and you're letting everyone know I'm okay-ish.
Yeah, but the game was out of hand. I don't know why they had him still out there. Yeah,
it was a
blowout. They still had him out there.
Tua didn't look good anyway. Like I saw that little fade
to a pick six. I was like, man.
Yeah, he hurt a lot of managers.
Myself.
Being that it was so far out of hand, Waddle wasn't playing, Hill wasn't playing. I would say this is my kind of analysis. Now, let's go to the other side real quick here. Cook is a man. He is a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Goddamn. What's interesting, though, is the rookie, Coleman, literally a goose egg. How do you...
Zero.
Like, hold on.
I think it was just the one target and not even a reception. Like, so that means Josh ain't even looking for him. Like, really?
Yeah.
And Curtis Samuel is fucking Curtis Samuel. I don't care where he go. He's going to be still Curtis Samuel. So,
right. Yeah.
Let's stop all the bullshit because I'm mad at him because in one league I picked up Curtis Samuel for Jordan Mason. I didn't even know Mason was going to get his shot. Now this dude got 5-6 weeks of playing in Andrew's league, and I gave him up for Curtis fucking Samuel. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
That was
bad decisions. Bad decisions. Man.
I mean, there's not really much more to say about that game. They just kind of came in and dominated. I mean, I think that obviously the storyline is Tua, but I still think Hill is going to be perfectly fine with whoever goes out there. Waddle's probably going to fall off the earth. I think Achane and Mostert are still going to be absolute monsters, especially now. If we're talking about,
I think they got to bring the rookie in. That's how much running they're going to be doing. They need
well, not even just that, just like screen passes, little dump off passes, and they are both the type of people that are like, I am so elusive and fast. You can do anything here because you can't stack the box now. Like you can't.
No,
they're so.
But at the same time, other defenses know that Skylar Thompson's limitations too. They're going to be sitting there waiting on the screen. So until Skylar can back them up with some passes downfield, they're going to shut all that little small perimeter shit down. I mean,
whether they know the limitations or not, they're still the game-changing player of Ty Hill. You know what I mean? Like, so it's you
can get it to him.
It's a lot. It's different than a normal. Like, I understand exactly what you're saying, but he is such an X factor kind of player that he changes that a lot. But
yeah,
I don't think Thompson's going to start. I think they're going to get a vet in there, whether it be a trade or a pickup or something. They got now 7 full days to kind of get trained. Hold on here. Oh, yikes.
What happened?
So let me go here. Hold on. A little blurb about Chase here. Something about he has no aspirations about talking about a long-term deal with the Bengals because he feels like he was misled. Oh boy. Okay.
That's another thing. Not only I got class quarterbacks, I got quarterbacks that don't even have a full complement of weapons. I mean, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I think they already rolled Higgins out again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a little blurb that fans are saying that he's faking his injury?
Yeah.
Like, what does he have to gain?
He had to come out and say, I'm not faking my injury. Like, they're saying he's faking his injury because he's just unhappy about not being paid. I'm like, wow. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, other news, McCaffrey, IR. I kind of saw that coming, and if you didn't see that coming, you should probably do a little class on anatomy, man. Like Achilles tendonitis, that sounds awful. I mean, I am not a doctor by any stretch.
No, you're not saying you've seen the original injury coming, but after it was revealed that
I'm
he
like,
had,
okay.
I want to say, man, because if I'd have known from the start of the season that McCaffrey wasn't 100%, I mean, I would have definitely went in different directions and definitely wouldn't have dropped Jordan Mason. But I never. It was like boom, the Monday, and because it was a Monday night game, you had no time. It was just like, okay, here's the Monday night game. It's here. Everybody else has played, and unless you got Jordan Mason, you're screwed. So pretty much that was it.
Puka, he's out about 6 weeks. We already knew that.
Mm-hmm. You see Hollywood Brown?
He was.
How do you go from okay, I'm not playing the first game to I'm going to IR to I'm out for the season? Like, and you haven't played a snap. Like, how does that happen? How does it escalate that fast? Like, I don't understand now.
Yeah, I that almost feels like the full injury designation was not fully revealed to the Chiefs. That something doesn't feel right about that. I actually commented on some goofball on Twitter here. He was like, "Yeah, Hollywood. I have all of these leagues, and I drafted out of any position. I drafted the most of him." And I literally messaged him. I was like, "Why? Why would you do that?" And I was like, I hope to God you're not giving people fancy advice because this is one of the dumbest things I've seen in a long time. Because it's just like, why would you, like, he was already hurt. I don't know. I feel like that was.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing if he put all this stock into some Hollywood Brown. I mean, this dude has probably been healthy all of maybe 5 or 10 games with Baltimore, and that's about it. I mean, this dude he's never been healthy.
Right.
But,
he is.
I mean,
the James Conner of the wideout.
I mean, how do you have a full off season and then you come back from the full off season and you still ain't healthy? Like, what is that? Like, a 3-year injury?
Yeah, that almost kind of feels like maybe rehab isn't happening, work isn't being put in. I mean, he's what? He's AB's cousin, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, not probably the best of influences here on your life. So I don't know how much they actually.
Dang. So how long ago did you get that alert from Chase? I just now got it. I'm like, dang.
I got it. Yeah, I got it like 2 minutes ago. Yeah.
Hey, what's my alerts on the slow bus?
I mean, I got mine from ESPN, so I don't know where you got yours from.
Okay, mine came from Sleeper.
I just got mine from Sleeper. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
ESPN kind of dropped it first. Which
makes say Sleepers. They sleeping.
All right. Well, let's kind of jump into these. Let's kind of blitz these matchups here a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we're already half hour in. We haven't talked about a goddamn thing about this week. All right. So I'm not really going to worry about the spread and that
points and all. Yeah.
I mean, I may do the over under, talk about that, but so 1 p.m. games, Saints against Cowboys, over under of 46.5. I don't really know how they're going to get to that. I think they're giving the Saints way too much credit.
I feel like they forgot that the Saints played the Panthers. I mean, Saints offense ain't on all cylinders or anything like that. They played the Panthers. So, okay.
Yeah, and Cowboys played, the Browns, and they didn't have to do a ton on offense. I think this is going to be one of those, games where they just they're at home. They're going to come out and show out. I would love to see Dowdle get a lot of play.
That's all I'm going to say is you trusting Dowdle in the lineup?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's kind of an auto start until he gives me reason not to. I mean, I cannot base my play of him when he plays a stout defense for the first game of the year. I'm not worried about that. I mean, obviously Kamara, he's gonna get a lot of play here. Derek Carr, goddamn, dude, I don't know. Have fun. That's kind of just. I don't know.
I feel that Dallas is going to remind him that he's Derek Carr.
Yeah,
sweet. He forgot. Bad. He got a chance to forget who he was. It's like going out on a Halloween for a Halloween party. So last week, Derek Carr, he went out he dressed as somebody, and he still thinks he's them. And then tomorrow, Dallas is going to say, "No, you're still this guy right here."
Still neckhead looking Derek Carr. That's what it is. Really quick, by the way, speaking of weird looking people, Nick Sirianni, dude, he looks like he is always confused about why he is making meth in his basement. Next time you see him, his eyes sunken. His eyes are sunken and black, and he just always looks confused. I'm just like,
he does look high. Like he looks like he's zooted up a little bit for sure.
Stuff like looking like Jesse Pinkman. Like I don't just stop. But yeah, I just noticed that I was gonna text you, but I was like, I don't know how to spell Sirianni, so I'll just tell you. Yeah, but I mean, CD, he will probably come out and earn his money real quick. They're gonna be playing catch up, so Kamara is probably a really strong play. Dak, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that just because it's not going to be as competitive as, the over-under states. At least I don't think so. So
I mean, Dak's going to come out firing probably them first 2 drives, and then if they put points on the board, then it's going to go to a run-heavy script after that.
Right.
Unless somehow the Saints keep it competitive, because we all don't think so. So
yeah, I'm not counting that. I mean, they're 6-point favorites. Dallas is so there's that.
Dallas usually plays different at home. They got a different energy at home, so they'll be fired up.
Yeah, I'm not. But still, 46 points. I don't know how they're going to get that. I don't feel like they're going to really push the throttle as much as they would need to.
It seems like a 28-7 or 28-13 game. I mean.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting for the first quarter and a half, then it's going to be real boring. So, Bucks at Lions. God, anytime the Lions are involved, I'm just so excited. So, I'm such a stupidly large fan of the Lions, man. I love their energy. I think good God, the over under on this is 51.5. I think once again, just like Derek Carr, I think Baker came out on some, I don't know. I'm gonna impersonate somebody this week. I do not.
Really? I think a little bit more highly of Baker than Carr.
Oh, well, yeah,
no,
dog shit. I'm not saying Baker's near that level, but I think they're giving. I think for
too much credit.
51.5. You're kind of. I think you're overshooting your shot there a little bit.
I think because it's a playoff matchup. He's gonna come in. Baker's gonna come in fired up. They got that revenge thing going, but revenge and that mojo and all that can only carry you so far. Eventually,
right.
the quality of players is gonna catch up. So, and Detroit's a far better team. So,
yeah. They're 7.5. Favorites. So
and Tampa Bay's defense isn't the Tampa Bay defense of a couple years ago where they would just shut down the run. Like you can run on Tampa now. So, yeah.
Right.
As soon as they get Monty and Jahmyr Gibbs going, and you got, I think this is definitely going to be and I know you want to hear this, but this is going to be a St. Brown game. This ain't going to be a Jameson Williams game. Plus, Jameson Williams, they said he's dealing with some type of injury that popped up.
He got banged up a little bit there. Yeah. I think this is going to be a game where every skill position player on the Lions you can play, and kind of same on the Bucks. I think they're going to be playing from behind, and I think
yes,
I feel like Detroit doesn't like to. They're not going to do what the Patriots used to do, where they're up by 40 and still passing. I don't think it's going to be to that point, but I think they're just going to play backyard football, and everyone gets to have fun, and it's going to be a high scoring. This should definitely hit the over on the spread. I would be very surprised if it doesn't, but I don't think. I think it's going to be a bit more of a blowout than a 7.5 point difference. I could see this being like a 35 to 28 game or something like that. Something. Yeah. But yeah, I would. Any part of Detroit, and really at this point, I wouldn't say they're matchup proof, but God, they are just so explosive.
Yeah.
Colts Packers. Somehow or another, they're saying Jordan Love is questionable. I'm like, y'all decision making is questionable. Stop saying that. Like that's just.
How do you just say a timetable is about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you just shave it down to a couple of days, and he's ready to go? Like, come on now.
Yes. Anyone that believes that, there's some front property in Pittsburgh here.
He said beachfront property in Pittsburgh.
Like, it's just like, come on. No, don't
like you see an advertisement, beachfront property in Pittsburgh. You're like, where is there a beach in Pittsburgh? And then
right up the lawn, man. Right up the lawn.
You be like, man, they made it up, And you be like, oh, okay. You got to be a gullible fool for that.
Right.
Oh man.
It's gonna be Malik Willis under center, and my God, if you can stay away from this game, please do. I guess theoretically you could chase the points of Reed, but also understand they will manufacture points for him. I think the Colts take this game very, very easily. The over under is 40 and a half.
Unless Malik Willis wake up and turn into a different person based off of his tape that he has out there, I don't even know how that dude got a job. So I don't expect nothing from the Packers.
The name of a very, very famous man. What you talking about, Willis? No, he is terrible. He is Black Kenny Pickett. So we're all set.
Does not want to let go of the ball. It's like
Yeah, you know how like Kenny is a white picket fence, he's a black picket fence. How about that?
Absolutely. You got to let go of the ball. You got to let it go. Throw it. Like he's one of those dudes that if you're a fan, you're going to be behind screaming, throw it the whole game.
Right.
Throw it.
Right.
Throw
and it's funny,
it.
like we've done that with another picket guy before. And that's just crazy how it works. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. Colts are going to come out, kind of dominate this game, which makes, that's fine. They may put up a little bit of fight in Lambeau, but I mean, if you want to start Josh Jacobs, I mean, I feel like that's safe. Jaden Reed, if you're really kind of in a pinch, but if you could get away from that, I mean, in a deep league here, I'm kind of not really forced, but I'll probably do it. But, I mean, it would be nice to see kind of Richardson latch on to Mitchell. We'll see. They missed a few passes last week, deep tutty passes, really. So it'll be interesting to see what they did in practice this week. See if they kind of got their timing back and all that. We'll see. But yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine much of Green Bay and many points coming out of Green Bay's side unless it's some blown coverages or things like that. But you can't really play your players based on hoping for blown coverages. That's not how that works.
Blown coverage or some ending around that somehow, or a jet screen that somehow turns into a big play, but don't expect any chucking up and down the field.
I've been staring at Reed the whole time in my lineup. I mean, I'm looking. I mean, knowing that I just lost. I mean, let's do a real time kind of thing here. Right now, I have Jaden Reed, Jaden Reed in the lineup here, but on my bench, I have Jaden McMillan. T. Higgins doesn't count; he's not playing because God hates me. Luke McCaffrey, I picked up Colby Parkinson. So, I have some unsexy options.
But because Jaden Reed is so multifaceted, I mean, if I had him, I would still put him in the lineup. I mean, even though Malik Willis is trash, Jaden Reed he could be that dude that take that little stupid jet screen, pop screen, and make something out of it.
He got a little hill in him.
Yeah. So, like he doesn't need for the pass to come down the field and be perfect for him or anything like that. So
he's like
he's like the Swiss Army knife type of guy. So I mean, I'm not saying that he's matchup proof or anything like that, but out of all the Packers receivers or even their running back, out of all the Packers, he's probably, the most matchup proof out of all of them.
He really looked like shit last week, to be honest with you. His stat line was 16 for 84, but honestly, he got lucky with a few kind of long runs.
Kind of bursts. Yeah, he didn't impress me.
He get stuffed all game, man. And it's just kind of what Jacobs does. I don't know. I never really believed in him. A lot of people did. I never really saw him.
I had him 1 year when he led the league in rushing. That was the year that I think I was like 13-3 or something, where I lost to Timmy in that second round. But Jacobs and Adams, I mean, I had him when he was productive. So I believed in him at one point. But
about him, man, he just doesn't have like that. Maybe it's just because he's on. Because he was on the Raiders, and that just is always like whatever. And now, he has that Raider stink on him for me. I don't know. It just doesn't. Nothing about him really.
He's still wearing Raider cologne.
Yeah, right.
He still gave himself a couple splashes of Raider cologne, and you're like, oh, he still stink.
Hey, it was smell like dirty Vegas, dude. What are you doing? All right, next game, dude. Gross. Jets at Titans. Somehow the over-under is higher on this game than the previous game. It's 41.5. I don't know how that happens.
This is going to be a 16-7 game or something.
Dude, it's going to be gross.
Bunch of field goals. Yeah. Sort of like the Atlanta Steeler game. That's what be looking for, something like that.
I avoided even talking about that debacle last week. I'm just like, this is just this is Pickett all over again, except he can run. So, I don't know. Both these teams suck. They really do. They suck. Garrett Wilson's the only real worthwhile play here.
Definitely Aaron likes him. So if I was a Garrett Wilson fan, I would be happy because you can definitely see Aaron on the sideline like, let's go number 5, let's go 5, and it's like
there's a lot
one
of people
person.
chasing the Lazard points too. I mean, he had 6 for 89 and 2 tutties.
I think the Lazard thing is definitely just a luck shoot. I'm not really expecting that to happen.
Yeah, let someone jump on that grenade. That's fine. Tony Pollard had 16 for 82 and a tutty last week. So okay. I don't know. Pollard, I'm very sour on him. He does not check any boxes really for me. I mean, both these teams are just trash pandas. I'm all set. I don't want to touch anything for it, so I'm just moving on to the next one because I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
this is gross. I don't just nothing about it. It's like, oh, this is good football. Thank God. This seems like a Thursday night game they put on there. Like, oh, it's going to be exciting because Aaron. No, stop it.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you don't mind. All you want to do is hear what happened. Like you just want to know the stats, like okay, who did what, and you move on. Like you're not excited to know it. You don't even want to watch it. You're like, okay, so they beat them. All right, so what?
Yeah,
and that's about it.
Piece. I'm happy it's an early game, so all these other games can kind of overshadow it. But a lot of these matchups are dog shit anyway, so it's not really like it's week 2, and I'm already like, oh man, this league sucks. But it's fine. You got the McCaffrey lists. Yeah.
Niners.
Yeah, I said it in my head. I'm like,
you said it right.
Yeah, it just didn't sound good. I'm like, against the Vikings, which they just lost Addison again. So another hit to your team there, Mr. Vikings.
Hit.
So yeah, you're getting smoked. I don't know what you did in the offseason to piss off the gods.
Yeah, half of my squad is either out or on their way out.
You might need to rename your team the EMTs. So Niners against Vikings. God, poor Sam Darnold. He's gonna come down to earth real quick because he has JJ, and that is urge. He's gonna face I would say a tough Niners defense that is gonna come in his neck. Mason's gonna eat. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. There's not any other game in town right now, so that's gonna be him. I don't know if they're really going to need to chuck it a lot. So Purdy probably is going to have a lackluster game. And, I would say Debo is going to probably share carries with Mason.
Just like they did.
Ayuk's probably going to not really be needed too much. So I'm not saying you should sit him, but I also wouldn't be surprised if you get maybe 5-6 points out of him and get maybe a third of what his production should be. So I get it. JJ is an auto start, especially in this game, because there's nowhere else for him to throw at this point. So he's going to be quadruple covered, but he is so stupidly good. It doesn't matter. I mean, the over-under is 46.5, which I still think that's pretty high. I don't.
What do you think of the what's his name? The replacement for Addison, that Naylor dude. He caught a touchdown. That was his only catch. Yeah, that was his only catch. Was that touchdown? So it's like
McMillan last week too. So show me more. We'll see. I can't imagine anyone actually having chemistry with Darnold there. So until he's out of, he's not under center, it's JJ and that's it. I don't care what everyone else is doing.
I look at Naylor, but I'm like, man, I I am a Viking, so I'm not doing any more Vikings. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Like your bye week is going to be like your whole team. But yeah, I mean, I would say the passing attack isn't really going to be a prevalent thing in this game. I could be wrong. I just don't see them needing to do it. But so I would maybe cool on Ayuk, but
all right.
Next game is Seahawks against Patriots. Good Jesus. Oh, so far the lowest over under 38.5. Ramondre had a big game against.
That's about the only person you can really start.
Yeah.
From the Patriots.
That's really kind of it. I mean, I do have a soft spot for Geno. I think he can still get it done.
Geno's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure
about from the Patriots. I'm like, Ramondre's the only one you can start. Seattle, we got a few. I mean, you're never going to sit down Metcalf. You have to play him.
Right.
JSN owners, they're going to play him.
See, I wouldn't yet. I would still sit and see exactly what they're going to do with him because I don't think anybody knows yet. And they didn't really like him last year in the offense, and I don't think he did much of anything week 1. So I would maybe take the wait and see approach with him. Lockett, it's a coin flip, man. He could put up. I mean, he did 6 for 77 last week.
That's a coin flip. And what's the name? Walker. I'm getting killed in my other league. I got Walker in like 2 other leagues, and he's out too. So I'm getting crushed by the injury bug. But whoever has Charbonnet, I guess they can expect a increased workload.
Yeah, because he's out the ab there. So we'll kind of see with Charbonnet because he didn't really impress last year.
He didn't. No.
So there's just a lot of, and I get it. It's the first week, so you're like, oh, I thought you said don't overreact. And I'm not overreacting, but you need to use your eyeballs and kind of take in what happened last week compared to what's going on currently. And if you're not really, doesn't seem like you're really improving, then that needs to at least be addressed. It's not like you're coming in as a rookie and you've never kind of handled the rock. Charbonnet did. So be better, and you won't kind of be meh. Giants and Commanders. So I don't know if Neighbors is still in the injury report. They said he said he was hurt, then he said he was okay. We'll see. Interdivisional matchup 43.5. These are always a little bit scary because you never know really what's going to happen. You got Jaden Daniels that came out, rushed for 2 tutties, almost 90 yards, and you had literally Daniel Jones last week, and it actually showed that he scored negative fantasy points, which I didn't know that was possible as if you played the whole game as a quarterback.
Negative.
God bless America. This dude is terrible. Saquon literally just has to pray to whatever deity he believes in every day, thanking them for getting him out of that shithole. Because my God. You know what? You can probably go with Brian Robinson. I don't know. I think Eckler's washed at this point.
Terry McLaurin gets no passes. All Jaden Daniels does is run. So till he start passing it to McLaurin, can't count on him either.
Filter that out a little bit. I wonder how much that first week was a showcase thing for Daniels. I don't know.
Those were design runs. he was calling Hunt,
that's what I'm saying.
Backing up, and just taking off. That was like the game plan. I was like, really?
How much of that was just, let's show off what we have here, and we'll worry about the passing next week. I don't know. I don't know if that's what their thought was, but he's not going to need to really pass this much in this game. So Terry will get you a few points. Maybe he'll fall into the end zone somehow and break a long one, but I don't know.
Yeah, until he shows me more, I'm just not a fan. I mean, I got Terry McLaurin in one league, and as far as I know, Jaden Daniels pissed me off, so I'm not his fan at all. I don't like him at all.
I haven't touched Terry in about 4 years, I don't think. So
yeah,
I was a big believer in him, but then it just kind of went away.
Well, he hasn't had a good quarterback. I mean, nobody to throw to him.
Which obviously hurts him. He can't throw it to himself.
Yeah.
Next one, Chargers at Panthers. Oh boy. Fire up your Chargers running backs.
Definitely the running backs.
JK and Gus Bus, they're gonna eat. I don't know. Justin Herbert's pretty bad now. Like I think he burnt.
It's like they took the gun. They took his gun out his holster. I mean, if you're a gunslinger, you're known in the Wild West as a gunslinger. Can you imagine walking into a bar known as a gunslinger and you ain't got no guns? All he got is 2 holsters sitting there, and
right.
So he
got 2 breadsticks. That's what happened. He got 2 breadsticks. Y'all bitches going to all
one of those foot-long cookies or something from Subway or something. He doesn't have any guns in those holsters. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm looking at this matchup here because I actually have my hunky starting. That's his name. Deal with it. And I don't really even want to start him because how are they even going to pass once in this game? Like, do they need to? So, Panthers are absolutely off the list. Don't start any Panthers. You just don't do it. I don't care. Chuba, Miles Sanders, ghost of Steve Smith. It does just don't. Just leave it.
Yeah. They're terrible. They're worse than the Patriots.
Yeah, it's just a God, how can you be so bad? Browns at Jaguars, 41.5 over under. Oh boy. I mean definitely Brian Jones or Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude may be a stud. He may be like the auto start guy. I mean, once again, Cleveland's defense is a little vaunted, so it's not like you're automatically excited to play your offensive players.
Yeah, you already don't believe in Trevor Lawrence, so
yeah, I mean, that dude's trash again. I mean, I would say ETN's a safe play. I guess Kirk. I don't know. It's rough because I don't know.
Too dicey. It's really dicey.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird thing. I will say though, when I did pick this guy up and start him in another league, Atkins, the tight end for the Browns, I feel like that's a safe play because Njoku is out, and I feel like just Watson is just an absolute train wreck, and he needs to figure his life out. But I think a tight end can really help him out in his life. Jerome Ford, we'll see, but he seems to be a baller, so play him. Amari, put him out there. I don't even know what other. Jerry Jeudy. I think he's hurt though, but even that, I mean, he has same with the Vegas Josh Jacobs stink. He got Denver stink on him, man. He was terrible in Denver.
Trust me, I rode that stinky ass train. I rode that train from Pennsylvania to California. I rode that stinking train.
There's nothing about him is like electrifying. So start him at your own, demise. I mean, I could be completely off base. I know he got a tutty and all that, but I'm just like, dude, you're just not exciting. Like, you don't even. Yeah, I don't know.
When you're looking at those people with the tutties, and everyone says don't chase the points and all of that. When you get players that the majority of their points come from a touchdown, you have to take their performance outside the touchdown. Pull the touchdown away, and if you still got some statistics there, that's probably a good player to start. If you pull that touchdown out and there's nothing there, then It was just a 1 week wonder type of thing. Don't fall for that.
God, that is so good, man. That is absolutely perfect. I didn't even look here. Let me go back here real quick because I didn't even. Okay.
I don't know what Judy did outside of that touchdown. I think that touchdown was the only thing I heard his name even being called. So it's like,
yeah, that's about it, man. That's not. It's the same thing as in Denver. It's like, oh wow, Jerry cut. Oh no shit, really? You're still in the roster. Cool. Like that's what it is. There's like 3 fans who are like, yeah, nice. So, all right, last of the day games here, or the early games. Raiders at Ravens. God damn, they do not.
So that's Vegas. That's Vegas in Baltimore.
Vegas in Baltimore. Yeah.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. So prepare for an incoming disappointment for Likely. I cannot wait to see all the people that are very excited to play him get about 3 points. You're like, man, what did he do? I'm like, you need to learn how football works.
Yeah.
Start Andrews. I feel like they are going to pepper him a little bit because he's probably feeling a little type of way. Like, I mean, I get it, man. I was bracketed and people were guarding
Andrews. Yeah. Zay Flyers. I mean, an occasional third down here, but this is going to be run, and run again because it's like whoever's got your Derrick Henry owners, you should be happy. This is your game.
And Lamar, he's just going to do whatever bullshit he tries to do. He just, I mean, he will hit somebody downfield for a long touchdown. Who knows who that's going to be?
You start any Raiders? Do you even start? Well, you can't sit down Devontae.
Start him. Maybe Brock Bowers. I would definitely put him in there. He might be.
What about Jacoby Myers? Would you start him?
No. It's because I don't. The Ravens, they still do have a good defense, and I just, do you trust Gardner? Like, he's fun, but once again, what did we call him last year? The ham salad players. Or ham salad. What did I say? Ham sandwich? Yeah. Ham salad of players. So, I mean, he has been a perennial backup.
You got a lot of people that picked up Madison. They think they're going to get this great performance, and they don't even. They're going to see the Madison that returned, that the Madison that was in Minnesota last year. That's what they're going to get.
I am so excited. They're like oh my God, I cannot wait. Keep an eye on the comments here too if anyone is dropping anything in here, just because no one said anything, but you just keep an eye on there because I'm on ESPN here looking here, so I can't see there. So just let me know if you see something pop up. All right, so late games, and it starts off with late game. God damn, late games are gonna be fun. All right, late game starts off with Rams at Cardinals, and with an over under of 47.5. How is that not in the 50s? This is about to be literally a boatload of fun. Any part of this game you need to play. Stafford, Murray, Kupp, Demarcus Robinson, maybe that Tyler Johnson dude if you're feeling frisky, maybe even Colby Parkinson. I don't know. But, Marv Harrison Jr., get him. The Dortch, give it a look, man. See what he got. McBride, come on, you don't have enough questions. Connor, Sherman Williams, literally, you could probably put Benson
every skill position you can think of.
Like hell, I don't know. See if you can play their head coach. See if McVay can play.
Get you a couple points out of McVay.
Dude, right? Like, he may return a punt. Shit, who knows? Dude's in shape. There's no way this does not hit the over. I may actually put 50 on that, to be honest. I may put that and see, depending what it is. If it's close to plus money, I might put 50 on it, but if not, I'm not gonna bother with it. But there's no way this doesn't hit the over, I don't think. Going from a super over game to Steelers at Broncos with the lowest over under of the month or the week. No one saw that coming. 36.5. Jesus Christ. One of the Rams or the Cardinals, they may actually score 36 points. So that's fun.
Tell a whole different story.
Just it's the same shit as last year, like just with a running quarterback. Oh God, stay away from it. It's in Denver, which okay, cool. I'm actually starting the Denver defense in the ESPN league because I'm like, okay, that's fun. There's
not a bad play.
No, not at all. Like it's just gonna be a very low scoring game.
Steelers you're starting anybody. It's Pickens and
but he's gonna get the oh shit, what is his name? Oh God,
Surtain. Oh, he's going to get Surtain
treatment.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that just brought the scoring down even lower.
Right, you might be able to play Freiermuth just to on a PPR standpoint, but
yeah,
dude,
Denver.
It's gonna be a slog.
You can't even count on Javonte Williams because the Steelers' defense is pretty good and run against the run. So it's like,
well, you can't. No, you were right when you said you can't trust Javonte Williams. That was a full stop. That the Steelers' defense doesn't matter at that point. You just can't trust that dude. He's not.
Yeah.
He fell off a cliff.
Yeah,
hard.
And I fell off right with him last year, so I know all about it.
Yep. Because he was money the year before that. I'm like, he was a sweetheart of the draft. Yeah. But yeah, definitely having TJ out there, just like I'm gonna kill everybody. I'm like, oh well, all right. Apparently, you're playing the role of Liam Neeson this game. Cool. So,
I got a specific skill set.
What's it called? The not Entourage. The oh God, what's that? What are the movies that Denzel does?
Oh, Equalizer.
Equalizer, yeah, he's gonna be Denzel in the Equalizer out there. Stabbing Turkish people on a fucking train and shit. Yeah, this honestly could. I would not be surprised to see this be a 13-10 game.
Yeah, I'm gearing up for a bunch of field goals, a touchdown sprinkled in on some crazy goofy play.
You'll probably fall into the end zone somewhere. And that'll be it, and it's gonna
be like some type of special teams block punt or something.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be no offensive star power or anything like that. Nothing's gonna happen that way.
No,
so it's basically.
I feel bad who has to announce this game, to be honest.
It's a high school game. It's a high school game. That's pretty much what it is.
Holy. Yeah. Watch Romo get stuck. No, he won't. No, Romo will be doing this game.
No, they're going to be doing next game that you about to announce, which is what, Kansas City and.
Yeah, Bengals and Chiefs, which I think just got
that's where Romo and them going to be at.
Yeah, and I think it got a little less interesting. The over-under is 48.5. I don't know. I really don't know now. Well, I mean, with Hollywood gone, I mean, Worthy just got such a huge bump up in there.
Yes, he did.
And I am very mad I don't have him in both. I have him in one league, not in both leagues, though. But Pacheco, yeah, he's almost an auto start. He didn't have a great game last year, but 15, 45 and a tutty. That's still fine. Because Worthy, was kind of stealing touches and doing his thing out there. With the Bengals news with Jamar Chase, anyone that kind of checked out or checked in late here, I mean, basically Chase is saying, yeah, I'm not discussing future long contracts because I feel like I was done wrong by the Bengals.
But I'm just saying, I mean, with the amount of shit that Chase was talking at the beginning of this week, and the fact that Patrick Mahomes continues to lose to Cincinnati, he's going to come in motivated whether they got their stars or not. So Mahomes is definitely going to, I definitely see a ramp up Kelsey game and Riche Rice and Worthy. Yeah. I don't think Mahomes is going to take it easy on them because they don't have their weapons.
No, I don't think he's going to either. I just don't see. I'm wondering if they just discipline Chase and tell him to sit the fuck down and shut his mouth. Like if he just gets like a healthy scratch, I could see them doing that. But also, you don't want to like butcher your season because you're already down 0-1, and you're not going to have Higgins, and you're looking at who are you throwing the ball to? Gesicki. You got him. I get it. You have Moss. You have Brown.
Some Yoshi Voss or some shit.
Yeah, Yoshi Voss. Yeah, like it's not gonna be it was gonna be an exciting if they actually had Higgins and they actually had Chase, and because I don't think they're gonna, if they do get a Chase, they're getting about a 45% Chase.
Yeah.
Because if how it comes across to me, he's like, well, you guys didn't pay me long term. I don't care what you guys do. Like, why am I going to put myself out there? Why am I going to try to win a game that a team doesn't want to sign me for? I don't care. And that's the attitude.
Higgins is looking at how they treating Chase, and he's saying, I can't wait to get the hell out of here either. If y'all ain't going to pay the dude in front of me I got here before, because Higgins got there before Chase did. He's saying, I got here before him, and we were electric. We was just in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and you're not going to pay him? You're not going to pay me? Who are you going to pay? What's the motivation? Neither one of them have incentive to even give it. If they do like play Higgins, suit up, they don't have an incentive to do well at all.
I think before this whole thing happened, I thought Chase was going to get paid and Higgins was going to go away. I think they're actually going to change it up because the way Chase is acting, I don't want him in the fucking locker room. I don't care how good you are. Get out of here. Go. You're a cancer. You're a cancer. You're a problem. You're Randy Moss in his prime, except you're not as good as Moss. Like you were good, yes, but you were not Randy Moss good. You can't be that diva and do that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. So if I were the Bengals, I'd tell them, yeah, pack your shit, dude. We're all set. We're all set. We'll figure it out. We will draft somebody else. We'll trade for somebody else. We'll figure it out. But you are too much of a problem. You're too much of a. It's all about you. It's you. Like maybe you and T.O. and Moss can like do a gangbang and blow each other. I don't care. That's how I would treat it, man. I would say Higgins. I get it, man. Look, we didn't know what we wanted to, and it's going to be an ugly, weird.
So you saying backpedal into Higgins? Like if Higgins plays well, like hey, we're going to pay you.
Yeah, Higgins is a side bitch that just slipped into getting married. Like that's what happened. And it
good analogy. Good analogy.
Because he knows it, like he's gonna know it, but he's also like, yeah, son, but that money though, I'll be your side bitch. It's fine. Figure it out. It'll be all good. So yeah. So that's the end of the night games there. I mean, we got the Monday game here. We'll talk about real quick. Bears and Texans. I'm actually dealing with a very interesting situation here in my other league where I do have CJ Stroud as my quarterback, and I'm struggling with starting Tank Dell or Demarcus Robinson. Right now, I have Demarcus Robinson in here because I do
over Tank Dell.
Over Tank Dell, yes, because I believe that the Bears are a good defense, and Tank Dell is third on the pecking order. Demarcus Robinson is going to be number 2.
He's second. Yeah.
So that is my big. If the Rams game wasn't going to be a shootout, I would definitely go with Tank just because of double up. But I do have
the league. I got Tank in. Yeah, I have a decision. It's either Tank or Kirk, and I'm like, now I got Tank in there. Yeah, absolutely. I got Tank in there.
Yeah. And I actually sent that to our friend Taylor, and he's like, I don't know, man. I mean, you look at the Bears; they kind of, who they played last week. They didn't really have to do too much. I mean, their offense or their defense probably looks a little bit better, but they had
defense and special teams score touchdowns. So
yeah, and I don't see, I mean, I the over under is 45.5. I absolutely see Houston beating the shit out of these guys. But I just don't. I think DeMarcus Robinson's upside is higher. But it's hard, man. week 2, and you're already having those really, really tough decisions. That's kind of what we look forward to and what we play for. So, but obviously Collins, get him in there. Mixon, absolutely. Stroud, yeah. Diggs, get Diggs in there before he gets pissy and stops.
He starts Steveing out. So right now he's football related. He's team oriented. Get the points while he's team oriented before his diviness goes off the rails. So get him now.
No,
Diggs' performance is on sale.
That's exactly what this motherfucker does. And if you got Diggs, you better trade him before the deadline. Like the week of the deadline, trade him, or trade him the week before when he has a big game. Get that upside, because you're going to get a sucker in that league that's going to buy into the name and going to give you a haul, and then they're going to be real sad because he's going to get over the next 8 games maybe 200 yards. So have fun. But yeah, this should be a fun game. I don't know really what you're going to do with the Bears. It's still very much
I got what's his name? What's his name? I don't forgot his name. That's how bad it is. No, the running back, Swift. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What do I expect from him? Nothing. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I sucked up all his mojo last year and then just dished him off into ether, and he's now a shell of himself. Yeah, I mean that you got a brand new running back there, you got a brand new quarterback there. Is what's his name? God,
Dunze?
No, I know he's out, I believe still.
Okay.
God,
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore.
No, there it is. What's his injury situation there? Is he ready to go here, or what's the deal there? Do you know?
I didn't hear any. Well, I don't have any shares of him, but I didn't know DJ Moore was hurt. I thought it was just
DJ, no. What's his name?
Romo Dunze?
No, Keenan. Jesus Christ.
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know his injury status. I don't know. I don't have any shares. So
let me see here. Let me just take a look. I'm just curious because I would feel like he is okay. So Keenan Allen questionable. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Dunze is questionable. Okay. Yeah. Don't know. They're saying he should play, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's the safest one. If he is active, he's the safest one, I feel like.
I mean, I just heard a bunch of chatter about Keenan Allen picking up weight before the season started, and they were saying that he was like a fat Keenan Allen and shit. So I'm like,
yeah, I mean, that could be, because he's never really been that guy, so it could be affecting the health. But yeah, I trust Keenan, but everyone else, I'd be a little hesitant to kind of play until you really get a feel of how that offense is going to look. But yeah, I mean, I would absolutely play. Let me go down here. Hold on.
So, yeah, that's it. Bears was. I mean,
yeah. I mean, definitely. I think Joe's gonna eat again. Mixon's gonna eat again.
Yeah.
All right. Last game on the docket Monday night. We got the Falcons at the Eagles.
Talking about AJ got tightness in his hamstring. I'm like, oh man, please.
Yeah, and being that's that late in the week, I would be very surprised.
You don't have any pivot options. I mean, if you hold out a space for AJ Brown, and he end up playing. Where are you turning? You don't have anywhere to turn.
Yeah. I mean, and that's so you're gonna probably know. You're probably gonna know mid Sunday, which
I would hope
doesn't really give you
a pivot option either, because you can only catch that late game. But who doesn't have all the Texans in their lineup? I mean, like, who are you gonna find?
Well, I mean, you could probably find somebody from the Bears on there, but yeah, you're not in a great place there.
Yeah, you can find Cole Kmet. That's about it. Other than that, or Everett, the Titans. Like, you're not gonna find Allen. You're not gonna find Odunze. You're not gonna find DJ Moore. You're not going to find Swift. So it's like, who are you turning to if AJ Brown? If you hold out and AJ is not playing, you're not going to find any of those Eagles out there either. You're not going to, of course, not. Devontae's not going to be there. Goddard's not going to be there.
No, actually, Goddard will probably be there. To be honest,
you think Goddard is sitting on somebody's waiver wire in some leagues?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's not the Dallas of old, man. He's kind of just like he kind of gets forgotten.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if AJ doesn't go, I don't know if that helps Devontae or not. I think it actually maybe hurts him a little bit.
Kind of hinders him because all the good coverage the double coverage gets rolled his way.
Yeah, I think if anyone really is going to.
But there's one person that I guess you can pick up, and that's Jahan Dotson. If he doesn't play, Jahan Dotson pops to the 2 with Devontae Smith taking all the coverage. It might open up some targets for him. You never know.
Yeah. Saquon a week, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Kirk, I don't believe in anyone he's throwing to, but I love Captain Kirk. But I think his Achilles is so fucked up, so I don't love him as much as I could. Atlanta's
Captain Kirk.
Atlanta got the whole Atlanta stink to them. I mean, Bijan,
Drake London.
No, fuck
Pitts.
Send that motherfucker back to London.
I was saying,
I don't know why everyone's dick is so hard about Drake London. Dude fucking sucks.
I told you on the last episode or the last Saturday's episode, people thinking he was going to beat JJ, and if you can't pull it out against the Steelers and get no passes, then Steelers defense is that easy.
JJ, like, stop it.
He said he deserved to be on Good Times.
Right.
For me, the jury is still out on Atlanta. I don't know what they worked with, to tell you the truth.
I knew who JJ Walker was. Anyway, did you hear me?
You said what? Something about JJ Walker.
How proud are you that a white boy knows who JJ Walker is?
But you ain't just your average typical white boy, so
that's fair.
There's an asterisk next to your name as well.
Hey. Oh God. Yeah. Drake London sucks, dude. He is terrible.
I never believed in him.
No,
when he was coming off the boards, I was like, it's like somebody sitting there trying to get your attention and you keep turning your head. Like, you hear me talking to you, and I'm just like, I was ignoring the hell out of it.
That is a loud wind. What is that wind?
I was do. I just had my head turned to the left and to the right. When I seen him on that board, I just totally turned my head like, that ain't for me.
Like, I got my AirPods in, so you don't even have AirPods.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing that noise. I just didn't. Same thing with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that guy is the biggest fraud too. Like Atlanta and Vegas should just combine teams and like maybe become like a kind of a team. Like that would be cool. You know what I mean? Like kind of just like inner scrimmage, rosters and just
yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing appealing out there except for Bijan, but they're gonna run that dude around. That dude's gonna run himself into the ground. He is gonna run himself into an ACL because he can't like that. He's literally he's Saquon. That's what he is. He's Saquon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Modern day Saquon. Yeah. And I mean, it's great to be the best back there, but at the same time, when you don't have weapons around you, that's not a great feeling when you don't have nobody else to take the pressure off you. It's like, man, I am everything.
Because you're always running into that stacked box, or if it's screen pass, they're like, well, who else are you going to throw it to? So we're just going to convert. Like, there's no deception that you really need to do.
This is 2 weeks in a row. We wanted to get these under an hour, We still hour and a half. Yep. It's impossible.
Well, you know what? If Tua didn't happen, we probably would have been like a $110.
Yeah, because the first 30 minutes was, his whole story and chapter. So yeah.
Which it deserves. It deserves. I mean, I can't say it. Yeah, but that is the week, boys. So best of luck here. Sorry, I'm a sleepy baby. So we're real close, and I put this on the Twitter sphere here. We're real close to the goal on YouTube for subs here. So once we get to that goal, we're going to do a giveaway. So just kind of, tell your friends, share it with your friends, ring the bell, sub to it if you're already not. We got plenty of shows, plenty of episodes, 3 other podcasts on top of this whole, 3 other different types of podcasts on top of it. Don't forget the Patreon down there. You still got time to get some questions in there. We're still trying to build that up. So, it's slowly but surely, but, it goes back in the show. It helps all that stuff. So any support is helpful. By the way, the dog, Crosby, he did get on the calendar, which is awesome.
He got on that. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, where people were donating to it, and I think that's pretty goddamn cool because the calendars are, I believe, $20 and it has all the winners in them, and so if anyone is interested, I'll probably just post the link for that when it finally drops. If you're interested in getting it's all about pug stuff, and it supports the Pug Fest stuff and no kill shelters and things like that. So it's actually a really good thing. Even if you don't really care about pugs, do something nice, do something helpful for some folks. If you don't want to donate to us, that's fine. I don't give a shit. How about some, like that? That's a cool thing to do. So, all right, brother. Well, I'm still going to be tomorrow. Good show. I appreciate everyone kind of popping in and out here. I know it's a late show and it's a little tough, but it's Saturday. Y'all ain't working tomorrow. Stop being bitches. So good luck. Happy tilt. And I'm glad I got to make Jermaine cry. That made me happy. So
I'm going to find somebody else to be miserable.
You will. You can go ahead and get Bo Nix and go leave in his ass.
Shouldn't be too hard to find some miserableness out there on that wire. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
All right, boys.